If you clicked on this video, congratulations! I have a complaint. Fresh and ready, hot off the clock, baby. Nolan, count your days, sir. I'm watching Invisible. I'm on season 2. I know. Shut up. Shut up. I know. Listen, I need shows to, I got to scope the scene. I got to give it some time to breathe before I waste my time. Because the way that y'all do it, I get emotionally invested. And then after season 2, it's like, girl, what are we doing? Huh? But back to this. You are a bum and you are a whore, sir. Just imagine you come to Earth with an assignment. And then you marry a queen, might I say. Shout out to my good sis, Sandra O. Have a baby. Mans gets his powers after you done shamed him, might I say, for just being a regular human boy. And then you want to train him to be a colonizer. Then you mad that he's not a colonizer. Essentially just beat him until he's like a juicy orange pulp, disappear, get him kidnapped to come to the new planet, all for you to say that you out here sleeping with a bug, have a Barney looking baby, and you want me to take such said child, my half brother, back to Earth so that my mother, okay, a single working mom working 2 hard jobs, not really, she's a real estate, but called her a pet. And she's out here crying in an empty house with you not in there while you sleeping with a cockroach, and you want me to go raise your son? Keep it. Welcome back to the YouTube channel, guys. Thank you guys so much for coming back. So I have some summer brain rot that I wanted to discuss. We're like almost in August. When this video comes out, we're probably going to be in August. So we're just moving and rolling, and every single day is quite literally a new party, a new chapter in the zeitgeist. But let's get on into it. So Carnival Cruise Line has come out with some new rules. Y'all done pissed the girlies off where they had to go back and write a whole new dissertation on how you should act on a floating boat in water, because somehow y'all can't get that together. And it's been an uproar and an uprise. Yeah, I'm talking about teen curfew. If you leave your bench cabana for more than 40 minutes, they give it up to somebody else. They said no click clacking of the fans in the club, because apparently y'all throwing fists and out here trying to slice and dice with a click clack fan. Carnival Cruise Line, they have been through a lot, right? There was that one time where people were stranded. Watch it on Netflix. It's a documentary. It's called Cruise Poop Line. You want to talk about trauma? Just imagine being stranded on a boat with a bunch of other people that you don't know for like 3 to 5 days, and the water and power just shut off. No food, I can't take a shower, and I can't use the bathroom. They had to poop in these red bags and pee in the shower, which some of y'all already do. So you can just bring that kink alive. Yeah, the same ones that don't wash their legs. I'm just saying, who said that? People are saying that this is racism. And I'll say this, just Neanderthal wildly behavior come in all shapes and sizes and colors, unfortunately. And when it's like being on the airplane, right? Y'all like to get in these confined spaces where you can't go anywhere, and you said, this is the time for me to show my taint and 2 of the cheeks. And cruise lines are really for people who just want to lay out in the sun and get that melanoma, get drunk, and just take some pictures and add it to the Facebook photo album. It's really not for like a wild, crazy adventure like Wolf on Wall Street. That's what y'all are turning it into. And really, if you want to go crazy, go stupid, go wild, do that on land. And also, I saw a rule about the kids. Stop bringing y'all kids everywhere to these adult functions. I am trying to get peace and serenity and holding on to my will to live. I don't have time for a 6-year-old who didn't wash their hands just running around with shorts falling down, or a 16-year-old that don't know how to read but somehow is just shoving their phone everywhere and blasting out music from the phone and can't even say what they want on the menu. It's really ruining it for everybody. Like, unhome trained kids going out into the wild in public spaces with people like me and Gertrude, who's like 80 with her husband, just wanting to enjoy some sun. Yeah, it's getting there. Somebody probably wrote like a long corporate letter and like a Nepo baby like slid in there in the meters in the shareholder meeting and said, hey, get this together right now or I will sue. My next thing that I've been seeing on the internet that quite literally is just scratching my brain, really like itching my frontal lobe, quite literally, is people in the Christian community going out doing regular activities, but slapping it on as a Christian. There's a girl, she said, going to the gym as a Christian. Getting a BBL, a Christian BBL. So, y'all don't read the Bible. Between this and calling perfumes demonic, I'm very lost. I feel like the plot is back there and y'all are like way over here. Yeah. Most of these Christian influencers, it is so much about making sure that you stick to the label of being a Christian without actually living your life as a Christian. Going to the grocery store is not a heathen activity. Everybody gotta eat. I mean, like, you think Jesus, when he like broke the bread and fed the 5,000, he was like, all right, big servings, the filet, right? Because I would like to think Jesus would like fried catfish, even though y'all couldn't fry catfish. But I'm pretty sure he didn't say, the ones who are the believers step up front and everybody else gets the crumbs and like the end of the tail. Like, it's equal parts of everybody, because that's the whole big chunk of being the whole Christian, not trying to like slap it on and then you're defaming me because like I decided to go get Greek yogurt and I don't know, some hamburgers after I work out at the gym as a normal person. I'm very lost as to what is this trying to portray other than you trying to just shove the fact that you are a Christian and you think that you're proving something to everybody else versus like actually walking the faith for yourself and just letting the actions speak through your life. Because that's in the Bible. Do you all read the Bible? Serious question. Just, okay. Yeah, as for the Christian BBL, I only watched half of it because I was just very confounded of the fact that you just got a Brazilian butt lift, babe. No different than old girl who does OnlyFans. Probably from the same doctor, using the same payment plan. But it's Christian because I guess like you prayed about it. Did you have Bible study and like you made sure like you had somebody pray before they just like scalped your butt? Like, let me know. Huh? Bless it before you plump it? I don't. Dang. But this is like the new pipeline that every type of beauty guru girly that failed in that type of zeitgeist of the space, or people who are like failed fitness influencers, are hopping onto the Christian girly clean aesthetic pipeline. Like y'all are trying to be like Nar Smith, but like not as get out compound Mormonism type thing. It's like you still want to kind of live your life and not be chained. And I hope she's okay, because she keeps on getting pregnant and y'all are just like, I want her to blink twice, babe, because it ain't. And then you still out here making homemade gum and homemade bread. Huh? Somebody go check up on her. Somebody call the FBI. I'm serious, y'all. But, you know, people hopping into this new space, specifically the religious pipeline, you really have to up the ante in order to stay relevant and to be different, because all of y'all are looking the same. And when I mean that, I mean same hairpiece, same color block of clothes, just same like type font in the videos. Like none of y'all are different. Y'all are like trying to act like disciples and all of y'all are just looking the same. Somebody has to be a Judas. Huh? And as for this other girl, she said that there's this perfume on TikTok. I think it's called Yara. She had 2 dreams and it is confirmed that this perfume is demonic. Why, you say? Because I guess it's for enchanting purposes and it creates bond and soul ties, because people come up to you and ask you, oh my God, you smell good. Where did you get your perfume from? God forbid you get a compliment, babe. Are y'all okay? This is like, I need therapy to happen when y'all decide you want to label with the Christian content, because it's not mathing. It's not mathing. Then like these dates that y'all do as Christians, you know, you going to the library, right? Y'all getting coffee and deciding to have Bible study as Christians, it's just a coffee date, right? We can kind of talk about God, but like y'all out here discussing the crucifixion while drinking matcha. I just... Woo! And it's only the first date. And then we hop into the third one and y'all are out here talking about purity, sanctification, and waiting for marriage. I don't even know if you have a good credit score. Did your card actually decline when you went to go pay? So I have another movie review for you guys. I went and saw Eddington a couple of days ago. The trailer in itself is very intriguing, right? It gives Western film, murder, aesthetic with top tier high hitting actors. Pedro Pascal, Joaquin Phoenix, Emma Stone, Austin Butler. And I forget her name, but she was the mom in The Penguin. She's like a really good actress though. I came in with really like no expectations. It's an Ari Aster film. And he's really big with like A24 doing these thrillers and dramas that are like also artsy and always have like an overarching theme and like people die suddenly like into the 2-hour mark. This movie is just a blunder fever dream of what happened in 2020. It does like a nice little, I guess, psychological analysis of the fact of the mentality of what happened with COVID, right? And how it deviled into herd mentality, people getting into politics and that's their new identity, having fear, what to believe, what not to believe, holding on to something that's real, since like isolation is what really caused people to go into distress. But it also had a lot of scapegoats and a lot of just mainstream mainline things that, you know, are like the given exception. Aside from COVID, it went into like the whole MAGA thing. It also went into people joining cults because Austin Butler, his main character, is like a cult leader or whatever, probably like based off of QAnon. It also went into like Antifa, people holding on to the Second Amendment. It's a lot. And the way that the pacing goes, I will say in the first hour mark, it has you, right? Joaquin Phoenix and Pedro Pascal. Joaquin Phoenix is really the main star, I want to say. I won't try to give any like heavy spoilers, but Pedro Pascal and Emma Stone kind of carry him throughout the film to a certain degree. But it deals with him being a sheriff and, you know, trying to run for mayor for the town, and this whole town, specifically Eddington, and how it's like it's somewhere out in Arizona, somewhere in the desert. Dealing with native land also, because you have like Native Americans in the film and dealing with that type of tie, which also is important. So like, it's a lot. My overall rating of the film is probably a 6 out of 10. If you want to go back into COVID years, and if you really want to go into analysis of how we got here, if you want to go into like political standpoints, political divide, people having their own independent internal thoughts, then the movie is for you. But as for like the whole film together and even the ending, it's I don't know. It's very just subpar. The ending gave me really no resolution. If anything, it just makes it kind of sad. And maybe because that can be a realistic ending. But you know, I will say that I feel like Emma Stone was cut short in this film. And I wish that he had more exploration regarding other different aspects that happened during COVID, right? People losing a sense of identity, anxiety, mental health. Also dealing with the fact of, you know, people living in underprivileged situations and how that got worse and how that wasn't better. Or dealing with the fact of like this whole stimulus check and PPP loans and how the concept of money affected, you know, how people live, see life. But instead he kind of went, you know, the standard route, right? You could talk about COVID all day. You can talk about political standpoints all day, but like, that's already a given circumstance. And I wish that he explored more on there were other concepts that you could have explored and added to the film versus like what was already happening and we already knew. But definitely wait until streaming. I don't think it's worth seeing in the movie theaters. I definitely say it's something to really sit down and watch. I think the film is like 2.5 hours. Would I watch it again? No. A24 has definitely been coming out with some bangers. And I will say for Ari Aster, he is known for making these type of visual philosophical concepts as movies, but this one didn't hit for me. Maybe the next one. Also, I will say overarching theme, and a friend of mine mentioned that he has mom issues, and he keeps doing this thing where the mom is either like a supervillain or she has like an underhand agenda. And it's always a shiesty relationship with like a mother, whether that's like a mother-in-law, stepmom, or like actual birth mom. And so I think sometimes we need to sit down and see the lady before we actually get into the writing room. That's all I have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Please comment, like, and subscribe. You know, I think the summer theme, along with Nothing Beats a Jet 2 holiday, is really just like, we're here for a good time, not a long time. Yeah. I like how, you know, people are just really out here doing the vocal stems. We're letting it loose. We're letting it rip. Speaking of letting it rip, I'm at the point where if y'all keep bumping into me and not saying excuse me, I will crop dust you. And I will look at you in your face and let you know it was me. Yeah? Because I'm tired of y'all touching my cheeks, touching my no-no square to get through, to get by. And you can't just say, excuse me, pardon me. Yeah. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.